Hello, welcome back to Revit Modeling Basics video number 3. On the last video, we didn't get a chance to place doors and windows, so that's what we're going to be doing on this video. Under video descriptions, you'll be able to find links that will take you to the PDF files, and on the PDF files, I have located all of the doors and windows along with providing doors and windows schedule, so be sure to download those 2 files before you begin watching this video. Let's get started. If you recall back to when we just started this project, we used Imperial Architectural Template. Now if we go to the Door command and click on Type Selector, you will see that there's only one door family loaded. We can do the same for the Window command. I'm going to click once on an empty space, then hit Escape twice to get out from this command. Go to the Window command, click on Type Selector, and there's only 3 Windows family loaded onto this project. Again, I'm going to click outside and hit Escape twice to get out from this command. Now on the provided PDF files, under Door Schedule, you see that there are several door families that we need for this project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load all of them first, then place them on the floor plan. If additional door sizes is needed, we're going to create them as we go. Currently, I'm on level 1. I'm going to select Door, and the tab is going to switch to Modify Place Door. I'm going to select Load Family. Then we're going to get this dialog box, which is where the default Revit families are saved. Since we're looking to load doors families, I'm going to open up Doors folder. In this folder, we have door double sliding that we can use, so I'm going to load that. Then click on Open, and we're going to get the type catalog. For the sliding door, I know that I'm going to need 8 feet by 8 feet. And since it doesn't exist on this type catalog, I'm just going to pick one that's closest to what I want. The sliding door is now loaded into the project. There are 2 more doors that we need to load, which are interior double sliding and interior single pocket. So I'm going to go back. So while I am still in the Door command, I'm going to just go straight to Load Family. And then it's going to take us back to where we were last. This time I'm going to click on Residential folder. Then I'm going to Control Select Interior Double Sliding 2 panel and Interior Single Pocket 2 panel. Then we're going to click Open to confirm, and it's going to give us the type catalog again. And this time on the left column, we have some choices to make. First, I'm going to select Door Interior Single Pocket, and the table on the right hand side will change to reflect the choices that we have for the pocket door. And I remember that we have 2 sizes for the pocket door, so I'm just going to pick one from the list, then later on edit and duplicate to make new pocket door type. I'll take the same approach for the interior double sliding. I'm just going to pick any one from the list, then click OK to confirm my selection. Now if I click on the type selector, we will be able to see that all of the door families that we need were loaded into the project. I'm going to click outside on an empty space, then hit Escape twice to get out from this command. I'm going to start with the single flush door, so on the ribbon under Architecture, click on Door, then on the type selector, select Single Flush. The size that we are looking for is 36 by 96, which doesn't exist on this list. So I'm going to pick one that's closest to what we want. I'm going to select 36 by 84. Click on Edit Type, then duplicate to make new type. For the new type, I'm going to name it 36 by 96 inches. Then OK to confirm the name. Under Dimension, we're going to change the size to reflect the name. The width is currently 36 inches, which is correct. So all we have to change is the height, which is 7 feet or 84 inches. We're going to change that to 96 inches or 8 feet. And then click OK to confirm the new family type. On the type selector, now we have a new family type, which is 36 by 96. Let's go ahead and place it. So I'm going to place it here, but I want the hinge to be on the right hand side, so I'm going to hit spacebar on my keyboard to flip the hinge. Then click once on the wall to place the door. While I'm still on the door command and the single flush door is still selected, I'm going to place the same door on the smaller building, and I want to center this door on the wall. So I'm going to have to pay close attention to the temporary dimension and make sure that the dimension on the left is the same as the dimension on the right. Once they are the same, I will hit the space bar to flip the hinge, then click once to place the door. The handout shows that door number 4, which goes here as 36 by 84 inches, which is wrong. It's supposed to be 36 by 96 inches. Since I already have 36 by 96 inches selected, I'm just going to place it. And once again, I want to center this door on the wall, so I'm going to have to pay close attention to the temporary dimension. And since the hinge is already on the correct side, I can just click once on the wall to place the door. And the last single flush door that we're going to have to place on the first floor is going to go along this wall here. Now I know that the size on the type selector, which is 36 by 96 inches, is not correct, but I'm going to place it here anyway, then later on come back and adjust the sizes. Let's zoom extend to see what we have, then hit escape twice to get out from the current command. Before we go back and make adjustment to the door that we have just placed, I want to clean things up a little bit. I want to get rid of the permanent dimension that we use to help us place the wall. So I'm going to make a window select over here. And on the filter, I'm going to use the filter to filter out elements that I don't need and only select the elements that I need, which are the dimensions. Then we can click OK to get out from this dialog box, and the only elements selected now are dimensions. I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard to get rid of these dimensions. Now let's go back to the door that we placed last and change the size of that door to the correct size, which is 28 inches wide by 36 inches tall. First, we're going to have to select the door so that the property on the properties palette is the property of the selected door. Then click on edit type, and since we want to create a new type, we will click on duplicate on this dialog box. Then give it a name. We're going to name it 28 inches by 36 inches. Then we can click on OK to confirm the new type name. Under dimensions, we're going to change the height to 3 feet and the width to 28 inches. And finally, we can click OK to confirm the new type for the single flush door. In the properties palette, you see that the new door type has been created, which is 28 by 36 inches. But where the selected door was, you see that the door disappeared. Now there's no short explanation for that. All I can say is that the door we have just created is not tall enough. For a better explanation, you can take a look at my other videos about how to work with Revit door. For now, just follow what I do. On the ribbon, we're going to go to View tab. Then under Create Panel, we're going to go to Plan Views. It's going to give us this drop-down menu. Select Plan Region. Save the project. Now, this will take us to a sketch mode. Under Draw Panel, I'm going to select Rectangle. Then I'm going to draw a window around the area where the door disappeared. Then hit Escape once to get out from the Draw command. On the Properties palette, there's only one option, which is View Range. We're going to click on Edit and change the cut plane height to 2 feet. Then click on OK to confirm. On the ribbon, we'll click on the check mark to get out from the sketch mode. And now we can see the door again. Let's place our next door family. We're going to be placing a sliding door. So on the Architecture tab, click on Door. And under Type Selector, we will select Door Double Sliding 72 by 84 inches. Now I know that this is not the correct type, but we will make a new type that has the correct size after we place it. I want the sliding door to be on this wall, but before I click to place it, I want to make sure that the operable panel is on the interior side of the building. And to tell which panel is operable, just look at the arrow next to the panel. It might be difficult to see, so you're going to have to pay attention. I'm going to hit escape twice on my keyboard to get out from the door command, then come back and select the same door. On the properties palette, now it is the properties of the selected door. We're going to take the 72 by 84 inches type as a base and create a new type from it, which is going to be 96 inches by 96 inches. So we're going to click on Edit Type, then duplicate to make new type. And on this dialog box, we're going to give the type name, which is going to be 96 inches by 96 inches. And OK to confirm the new type name. Under dimensions, we're going to change both width and height to 8 feet. Then click OK to confirm the new type. On the properties palette, you see that the new type has been created, which is 96 by 96, and the selected door is now of the new type. We just have 3 more pocket doors that we need to place on the first level. So I'm going to hit escape twice to get out from the current door command. Then on the architecture tab, select door, and under type selector, select 32 inches by 96 inches door interior single pocket 2 panel wood. Now this is not the size that we need, so we're going to have to make a new type. The size that we need is 30 inches by 96 inches, so we're going to click on Edit Type, then click Duplicate to create new type. Then the name for this type is going to be 30 inches by 96 inches, then OK to confirm the name. Under dimensions, we're going to change width to 30 inches and height is already 96 inches, so we're just going to click OK to confirm the new type. It appears that I might have a graphic card problem because on the type selector on the properties palette, the new type isn't showing. But I'm quite certain that it's there, so I'm just going to pan to the location where I want to place the first pocket door. With pocket door, there's a cavity in the wall that received the door. It is not showing at the moment, so I'm going to have to place it first, and if the cavity happened to be on the wrong side, I would just have to flip it later. This one looks correct, so we're going to move on to the next one. This one looks correct as well, so we'll move on to the last one. For this one, the cavity needs to be toward the top of the screen, so I'm going to click on the flip grip to flip the direction. Now let's place all those doors precisely where they need to be. Let's start with the smaller building. For this door, I want it to be center on the wall. So I'm going to pull dimension from grid line to grid line and to center of the door. And it appears that it's already on center. So we're going to move on to the next one. For this one, instead of using permanent dimension, I'm going to use temporary dimension. Click on an object to activate temporary dimension. In this case, it's going to be the door. The temporary dimension appears, except it's not dimensioning to the right surface. So I'm going to click on this control dot here and drag it to the right surface or to the correct surface of the door. And I'll do the same thing on the right side of the temporary dimension as well. Looks like the right side is dimensioning to the center of the wall. So I'm going to click on this control dot and then drag it and drop it on the left surface of the wall. The temporary dimension is showing 10 inches. So I'm going to click on the number and change it to 6 inches to reflect what we see on the PDF file. The pocket door adjacent to it, I need the dimension to be 5 feet 1 inches from the grid line. So I'm going to place dimension on the center of the door to the grid line. Select the object that I want to move. This case is the pocket door. And then change the permanent dimension from 4.9 to 5.1. Let me pan For this pocket door on the left hand side, I want to center it between these two walls. It appears that it's already centered, so we're going to move on to the next one. This 3 feet door, I'm going to use temporary dimension, so I will select on the door and the temporary dimension will appear, but again, dimensioning the wrong place, so I'm going to have to move them and change the dimension from 8 inches to 4 inches. I'm going to click on an empty space to deselect the door, then pan to our next location. For the remaining 2 doors, I want them to center in the room, and it appears that this one already is, so I'm going to move on to the next one. And this one appears to already center as well. Let's zoom out to get the overall looks of the first level. Looks like we're ready to move on to the second level. I'm going to tidy things up on the second level, so I'm going to window select everything, and once again filter out and only leave the dimensions selected, then hit delete on my keyboard to get rid of the selected dimension. The warning that you see on the bottom right corner of your screen is just letting us know that some of the constraints were placed using those dimensions, most likely the padlock. We can ignore that and click OK. On the second level, we only have 3 doors. 2 of the doors are the single flush, and 1 of the door is the closet door, which is the double sliding door. I'm going to start with the single flush. For the single flush, we have 2 sizes. One is 32 inches by 96 inches, and the other one is 36 inches by 96 inches. Since we already have 36 by 96, I'm going to start with that one. According to the PDF files, it needs to be near this wall here, and the door is going to swing in with the hinge toward the top of the screen. So I'm going to click once to place the door. And for the next one, is going to be center within this room. So I'm going to place it roughly center within the room. Then I'm going to hit escape twice to get out from the door command. Now the second door that we have just placed, the size needs to be 32 inches by 96 inches. So we're going to create a new type for it. Click edit type on the property palette, then create duplicate. We're going to name this one 32 by 96, then change the width and the height of the door accordingly. Then we can click on OK to confirm the new type. On the properties palette, you see that the new type has been created. Now let's move them precisely into place. For the selected door, it needs to be center in the room, so I'm going to place dimension from the interior finish of the wall to the center of the door and to the interior finish of the wall on the other side. And it looks like we're off by about ½ an inch. So I'm going to click on this EQ symbol here to equalize the dimension. You see that the door shifts a little bit. This is a type of constraint. Now for the other single flush door, I'm going to use temporary dimension. So select on the object, which again in this case is the door, then the temporary dimension will show up. We're going to move the witness line to the location that we want, then click on the dimension and change it from 10 inches to 4 inches. If for some reason you ever need to change the temporary dimension to permanent dimension, you can click on this icon over here and the temporary dimension will turn into a permanent dimension. Now let's place our last door. First, let me move this dimension out of the way. Then on the Architecture tab, we're going to select Door. On the Type selector, we will select 60 by 82 Door Interior Double Sliding 2-panel Wood. Then I'm going to click on the wall where we want to place the sliding door. Then hit Escape twice to get out from the Door command. Reselect the same door again, and on the Property palette is the property of the selected door. Click on Edit Type, then select Duplicate. We're going to name the new family type 66 inches by 96 inches. Then click OK to confirm the name. Next, we're going to change the width to 66 inches and height to 96 inches. Then click OK again to confirm that we are done with this new family type. We're now done placing all of the doors, so I'm going to stop this video right here and start a new video on windows. Thank you all for watching and hope to see you again soon on the next video.